Hello everybody and welcome to another Bleach discussion. I'm new Captain Squad and I'm here and today I will be discussing the pros and the cons of the fullbring arc. Yes everybody, the fullbring arc. I mean, personally, this arc wasn't great, but it also wasn't too bad. Like, some of the filler arcs. But I'm just here today to discuss some of the pros and the cons of what I feel like what was good and what was bad of this arc as a whole. So we're going to start with some of the cons here. Con number 1. Why does Ichigo trust Ginjo in the long run? I mean, I can see, his friends and his family needs to be protected or whatever. He wants to protect everyone, blah, blah. We know Ichigo wants to protect everyone. But still, as a person, I mean, he's supposed to, technically, you gotta think about, why does this guy know about my solar powers? Why does... Ichigo doesn't think about this stuff. He just wants to protect his friends. He just does whatever. That's how Ginjo tricks him. Ichigo, he trick Ichigo by doing anything. If you mess with his friends, oh, you got him. You got him. You may get beat up at the end, but you got him. You got Ichigo. That's why Ginjo was able to trick him. Con number 2. The Fullbringers were weak as crap. Alright, so the only Fullbringers that were actually a tough match would have probably have been Ginjo and Tsukishima. Those were the only two that could actually put up a fight against the captain or a strong level Shinigami. Yukio's powers were pretty decent. I mean, video game power, that could have came in handy, but still, Hitsugaya. I mean, it took a while, not a long while, but it took Hitsugaya some time to beat him, but his power can still, he can still defeat an opponent with those powers. Con number 3. Ginjo, he was a crappy villain. I mean, of course, he used to be substitute Shinigami. He killed all these Shinigami and people to gain their powers, because, that's what his fullbring does. But still, he's a crappy villain. Tsukishima would have been a better villain. Tsukishima could have done all this stuff by himself. Tsukishima has that wit. He reads a lot. He's smart. He was the smartest person in the entire arc. He could have fooled Ichigo easily without Ginjo's help. Ginjo, he's smarter than Ginjo. Even though Ginjo saved him when he was a kid, Ginjo's a stupid villain. Tsukishima's a better villain. That's why he's my favorite Fullbringer. Tsukishima made the Fullbringer for me. He's my favorite Fullbringer besides Ginjo. Ginjo, he may be a stupid villain and all, but he's still a pretty decent character. He's actually a character. And I'm hoping that if the Fullbringers come back in the war arc, if they come back, we'll get a flashback of Ginjo and more on Tsukishima, because their characters still need development. Alright, enough of the bad stuff about this arc. I may come back to them, but I need to get to the cons of it. The cons. I just talked about the cons. The pros of this arc. Alright, the pros is Ichigo gains a new power. And if he would have kept these fullbring powers, in the world, if he would have stayed in the world of the living, he could use those fullbring powers to take on normal hollows without using Shinigami powers. That's what, my brother, Anthony Davis 65 talked about. He could have used those fullbring powers to take down normal hollows in Karakura Town instead of using his Shinigami powers against fodder hollows that he can just kill easily with this little Gesuka Tensho thing in his fullbring abilities. Another pro would be that Ishin and Urahara helped them, and all the other Shinigami helped him regain his solar powers back, because it was illegal in the cemetery to give your Shinigami powers to a human. And since Ichigo saved them, that's kind of like repaying him. Since you defeated Aizen, quote unquote, defeated Aizen, we're gonna help you to retain your powers. That's what we're gonna do to help you. And so I think that was one of the greatest things of this whole arc, that they helped him out when he really needed his powers most. And another pro to this arc is that Tsukishima is also the ultimate troll. Forget Aizen. Aizen's the biggest troll of Bleach, but Tsukishima's a close second. He trolled the mess out of Ichigo. Ichigo looks so he looks so, I don't even know how to describe how Ichigo looked. He just, when Tsukishima just straight cut all his friends, and it was like, hey Ichigo, check out our friend or our cousin, Shukoto. What was first? Shukoto Tsukishima. Come on Ichigo, what are you doing? And he got mind crap. He messes with his psyche so bad in this entire arc. It's not even funny, but you gotta laugh at it. It is funny because Ichigo loses his cool like that. He always loses cool so fast. And it's easy to trick him. Like I said, like back to the whole thing when Tsukishima and Ginjo tricked him. It's easy to trick this guy. And I mean, overall, it wasn't excellent. It was okay. It was iffy. It was, the whole thing, it could have been avoided if Ichigo would have been smart and asked, like, wait, why you, if Ichigo would have asked the important questions, like, how do you know about the Shinigami powers? How do you know about me? And if he would have asked those type of questions, the whole thing could have been avoided. Like when Uryu got cut, he should have said, like, gave a description of who cut him. It was Ginjo that cut him, spoiler alert if you haven't checked out his art. Ginjo cut him, and it was Tsukishima. They made it seem like it was Tsukishima, but if Uryu just gave a description of Ginjo, like he's got slick hair, he's got a mullet, a black jacket, the whole thing could have been avoided. Ichigo would have been like, whoa dude, why are you just go cutting around my friends? What's really going on here? The whole arc could have been avoided, but instead it didn't. And it was kind of pointless for him to get his powers back and for Ichigo to get his powers back and get a new Zanpakuto, because he gets a new one. He gets a new one before in the war arc against the Quincy. So that was pretty pointless to get a new one. Why didn't he just regain it and get his regular Zangetsu that he had since before he defeated Aizen and stuff like that? And overall, this arc, it was okay. It wasn't great, but like I said, Tsukishima made the entire arc for me. Tsukishima's one of my favorite characters, and stuff like that. He made the arc. Ginjo is a stupid villain, but he's still a good character to me. Hopefully we get a flashback of him in the war arc. I'm hoping for that. And that's pretty much it for me. New Captain Squad 9. Check out this video. Fullbringers. Bleach fans, you need to see some of the videos. It's pretty cool. I need more subscribers, so subscribe to New Captain Squad 9 Chastity Copeland on my channel. Signing out, New Captain Squad 9. See you guys in the long run. See ya.